Hey y'all, it's the girl too, and I got something I'm about to do. Guys, I am so excited to share with you that I am officially starting my patio garden. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. However, I was never in a good state of mind to be as attentive to it as I would have liked to be. So for that reason, I kind of held it off for a while. But I'm excited to really get in the groove of it because, as I've stated in my welcome video a few weeks back, it's very important to eat as close to the ground as possible. And there's nothing like using fresh ingredients in your cooking. So I'm going to take you inside as I pick out some of my favorite herbs I'm going to start off with. And I'm going to bring you guys along with me on this journey as well. I'm always learning about something new that I can do. And if you have any questions, I am here for you. Alrighty, let's get it. He is vibing out. Alright guys, so right now I'm just choosing the perfect soil that I want to help my babies flourish. Soil is a very important part of the gardening process, as there are many types of soil. Now, one of the most important things about soil is that not only does it help with anchoring its roots for your plants, it supports water supply, it helps your plants breathe, and it also provides nutrients as well. So choosing the right kind of soil is very important. I more so want to go for an organic selection. That's just me personally. I just want this to be as organic as possible. Make sure when you are starting a patio garden or whatever kind of garden, if you're using pots, that you are getting a potting mix. You don't want to get a topsoil. You don't want to get a garden soil. You don't want to get a raised bed soil either. Make sure you are getting a potting mix. That is very important, all right? Alright guys, so I am really big when it comes to saving my coins because your girl got student loans to pay back, okay? So, one thing that I am doing to save some money, instead of buying regular pots that you get from the garden section or you may order off Amazon, I'm just getting some food grade buckets to put my plants in. Now, the way that you know a bucket that you get is food grade is at the bottom. You will see a little triangle with arrows and it has the number 2 in the middle. Whenever you see that, it is perfectly fine to grow your plants in, okay? Alright guys, so I am on my patio, ready to put these babies in their pots. I am so excited, y'all. Like, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. However, like I said earlier, I was just never in the right state of mind to really be as attentive and nurturing to these plants as they deserve to be nurtured. I always live life in a way that things will happen when they're supposed to, and this is the time. So I'm gonna just share with you guys a couple herbs that I'm starting off with. Of course, I'm gonna add on to these over time, but I'm just going to start my patio garden off with these herbs for now. For starters, I have some peppermint pepper. Peppermint is really good when it comes to common cold, when it comes to nausea, muscle aches, things of that nature. It's really good in tea. Also, another thing that's really good with peppermint is with headaches. I actually have some peppermint oil, so I'm excited to really learn how to make my own peppermint oil, because I use it when I have any kind of minor headache or maybe a migraine. I mix it with a carrier oil such as coconut oil, and I rub it on my temples, and it really helps with relieving some headache pain there. So peppermint. Next, I have some sweetener, which is good for supporting digestion. It's antiviral, anti-inflammatory, and antibacterial. And it's also good for mojitos. So, you know, you get your crew over, whatever, have your little small gathering, family. You ain't doing big parties right now. But invite your people over, make some mojitos with this bad boy. This can go in some tea too. Shoot. My next baby is Italian oregano. Hey, hey, oh. So I am so excited to grow this myself because not only is it antibacterial, it may aid in cancer prevention. It's also loaded with antioxidants that can help prevent cell damage. Oregano is really good in tomato-centric dishes like your pastas, your pizzas, your ladas, the this and the dadas. And you know, when you make your vinaigrettes, anything that is like oil-based, like olive oil-based, Italian oregano can be a great addition to that as well. So I am excited to grow this because, y'all, I love me some pasta. Here's comes after something. Next, I have some good old sage. Me and sage go way back like both flats on a Cadillac, okay? Great thing about sage is that it has a really nice, strong aroma. I love using sage, especially when it comes to dishes that I want to get more of that meaty like taste and smell to it. Especially when I do my jackfruit and things of that nature. Sage is really good for that, like with marinating. It's also good with boosting your immune system as well. So this is literally one of my favorite herbs. Well, all of these are literally my favorite herbs, but yeah, me and sage go way back. And lastly, you gotta have my sweet basil. Y'all. So some of the benefits when it comes to sweet basil is that it's anti-inflammatory, it supports liver function, it's good for bug bites. It also helps with depression related to stress, and it's really good on salads. It could be used as a garnish for like desserts. It's good in tomato-centric dishes as well, and it just smells so good, and I just love it. So I got my baby right here. Alright, I'm going to get started with getting these babies into their own cribs, because now that I've done gave birth to them, it's time to put them in their cribs. Alright, but one of the most important things when it comes to gardening, especially using pots, is to make sure that there are holes on the bottom. That way the water doesn't stay packed into the soil. It has some kind of drainage with it. If you are going to go the route with using food grade buckets, definitely make sure you are prepared to create holes in them. Me, however, your girl got a drill. There's a certain tip that you use for your drill, which I'm going to zoom in and show you in a bit. So I'm going to create about 5 to 6 holes in each of these buckets. I'm going to start with my first bucket. Yeah. So here we go. I decided to just go with 5 holes. So I'm going to do this to all 5 of the buckets. Alright y'all, so I have drilled all of my buckets, aka pots, aka the cribs for my little babies. I have a total of 5 because I'm going to put each one in their own bucket. So now it is time to put the soil inside of these and make them officially part of my home. Now I'm going to start putting my babies in their crib. Two down, 3 to go. I said 2 down, 3 to go. Real quick, you know, because I'm transparent, after filming that last bit, I decided to add more soil inside because it just wasn't enough. And just to make sure that the herbs get the amount of sunlight needed to really flourish, I just added more inside. Alright, and there you have it. All of my herbs are in their respective cribs. I'm just excited to watch these blossom, and I'm also going to add additional plants to my garden. I'm going to have some tomatoes, some lettuce. I really want to do some mushrooms because that's a really big staple ingredient that I use. I'm really excited to finally get this off the ground and just to bring you guys along with me on my journey. I think it's going to be real beautiful for you guys to experience this with me. So yeah. With that being said, I am so excited to have my babies set up on my patio. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and just as I've mentioned before, I am a huge advocate for eating as close to the ground as possible. And this is just another step that I'm taking to make sure that I'm continuing to do that with a lot of the dishes that I make. I'm just ready to see how they continue to grow beautifully and just provide me with a lot of life and nutrients. So yeah, and then of course eventually I'm going to add in some others to the family as well. So I'm looking forward to that. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe to my channel. Also comment below what are some of your favorite herbs or what are some fruits and vegetables that you guys are growing in your homes. I would love to hear from you. I'll keep you guys updated.